Hello students, today we will be seeing the histology of esophagus. Esophagus is a mucomuscular tube that conveys ingested matter, which may be food as well as the liquids, from pharynx to stomach. It is 25 centimeters in length and lies in the neck, thoracic region, and then pierces the diaphragm to enter the abdominal cavity. And it finally opens into the stomach. Lumen of the esophagus has longitudinal folds. It remains normally collapsed and opens only during passage of food material. Histology of esophagus. We study it as a transverse section through the esophagus, and this shows 4 layers from within outward: mucosa, submucosa, muscularis externa, and adventitia. These 4 are the general characteristics of any of the gastrointestinal tract histology. So before we move on to study the histology of esophagus, it is advisable to have seen my video on the general structure of the gastrointestinal tract, because there we have described all these 4 layers in detail. So now we move on to study the histology of esophagus. The mucosa here consists of 3 parts: lining epithelium, lamina propria, and muscularis mucosae. The lining epithelium here is of stratified squamous non-keratinized type of epithelium. This here what we see is a diagram of the histology of esophagus. It's a transverse section, a part of it. This is the lumen. So this is the luminal surface. Mucosa, submucosa, muscularis externa, and adventitia from within outwards. So this here is the mucosa, the 3 parts: the lining epithelium, the lamina propria, and the muscularis mucosae. So lining epithelium, as is seen here, is made up of stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium, thick epithelium which gives protection to the mucosa of the esophagus. Next we see the lamina propria. This consists of loose areolar tissue and few lymphatic nodules here and there. Muscularis mucosae consists of longitudinal smooth muscle fibers. Same is seen here in the diagram. The lamina propria with an occasional lymphatic nodule. This is made up of loose connective tissue with fibers and blood vessels. And muscularis mucosae, which is made up of longitudinally arranged smooth muscle fibers. So these are the 3 parts of mucosa: lining epithelium, lamina propria, and muscularis mucosae. We then go on to study the submucosa. This consists of dense, irregular connective tissue having bundles of collagen fibers, elastic fibers, large blood vessels, and nerves. The lower part of the esophagus shows branched tubulo-alveolar mucous glands in the submucosa. Ducts of these glands pass through the lamina propria and open into the lumen of the esophagus. So what we see here in this diagram, this is the submucosa, dense irregular connective tissue showing number of fibers, elastic fibers, collagen fibers, and in the lower part of the esophagus, submucosa also shows mucus glands. These are tubulo-alveolar type of mucus secreting glands, and the duct seen here is through which the mucus is going to be secreted, or through the lamina propria it will be secreted onto the luminal or the mucosal surface. Next we study the muscularis externa. It is composed of skeletal muscle fibers in the upper 1/3, both skeletal and smooth muscle fibers in the middle 1/3, and only smooth muscle fibers in the lower 1/3. And how are these fibers arranged? These muscles are arranged as inner circular and outer longitudinal layers. And between these layers, a nerve plexus, that is Meyenteric plexus or Orbach's plexus, is present. Same diagram showing us the muscularis externa, showing inner circular smooth muscle cell layer and outer longitudinal smooth muscle cell layer. Finally, the outermost part is the adventitia or serosa. Esophagus is surrounded by dense fibrous tissue, that is adventitia, all along except in the lower 1 inch or the abdominal part of the esophagus. This abdominal part is covered by peritoneum and hence the outermost part is called as serosa. What we see here is the adventitia or serosa, the outermost part, which is made up of connective tissue, adipocytes and blood vessels. Thus we have seen the 4 parts of the wall of the esophagus from the luminal surface. When we move outwards, these 4 are the mucosa, submucosa, muscularis externa and adventitia or serosa. Now what we see here is a low power view of the slide of histology of esophagus. This here is the luminal surface. So what we see here is the mucosa, the lining epithelium made up of stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium. Then is the lamina propria. Next we see the muscularis mucosae. Deep to that we see the submucosa, showing presence of these mucus secreting tubuloalveolar glands. Next we see the muscularis externa, showing 2 distinct ways of arrangement: the inner circularly arranged smooth muscle fibers and the outer longitudinally arranged smooth muscle fibers. And outermost is the adventitia or serosa. A slightly higher view or a slightly high power view of the same slide shows us a clearer picture of the lining epithelium, stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium, then the lamina propria, then the smooth muscle fibers of the muscularis mucosae. Then we also see the submucosa here, showing us the mucus acini, parts of the tubuloalveolar mucus secreting glands. Another high power view showing us the mucus secreting glands. One more view again showing us, this is the luminal surface, the stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium, then the lamina propria, the muscularis mucosae. This here is the submucosa, showing presence of the mucus acini, and then we see the muscularis externa. This here is an apereo image scope picture of the histology of esophagus. This here is the luminal surface. What we see here is the lining epithelium. Next we see lamina propria, and then we see the muscularis mucosae. This here is the submucosa, showing the mucus acini, part of the tubuloalveolar mucus secreting glands which are seen in the submucosa. Next we see the muscularis externa, inner circular and outer longitudinal layers, and outermost is the adventitia or serosa. A high power view here shows us the mucus acini which are seen in the submucosa. These mucus acini are similar to the acini which we see in a mucus salivary gland. So the acinus is going to be lined by low cuboidal or pyramidal shaped cells which have a clear cytoplasm and a flat nucleus which is placed at the base of the cells. Next we see the functions of esophagus. Transport of food and liquid from the pharynx to the stomach. Esophageal glands secrete mucus that protects the esophagus from the acidic contents of the stomach. And remember here that in the esophagus there is no absorption, no digestion. What are the salient features for spotting for a slide of transverse section of esophagus? Presence of mucosa lined by stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium. Presence of mucus glands in the submucosa in the lower part of the esophagus. And presence of muscularis externa containing inner circular and outer longitudinal smooth muscle layers. Thus, we have studied one important slide today, which is histology of transverse section of esophagus. For further reference, you can read Sontakki Yogesh, Textbook of Human Histology by CBS Publishers and Distributors Private Limited, New Delhi, 2020, page numbers 198 to 201. Thank you.